Morning, guys.
Morning.
How's everybody?
Good.
So, service shout out yesterday. Thank you for covering that while I was gone. Can somebody tell me what a service shout out is, please?
It's a compliment from the customer.
Okay, thank you. So, nice job on covering that. Appreciate it. This morning, Dave Benson has joined us at the early launch here. We had an ops liability incident Friday afternoon. Dave, would you, first off, thank you very much for joining us. It's never easy to get in front of a crowd and you know, talk about what happened. In this case, Dave was cleared of any or all preventable doing. I'm not going to say wrongdoing because there was nothing wrong done there, but there's always things we can do in addition, right? So, go ahead, Dave. Okay, fine.
Friday afternoon, I was on my way back to the barn, probably about 4:45. I was passing and approached the intersection of 5th and Minnesota. I stopped by the bank there, looked both ways, saw a pedestrian on the corner, waited to see if he was going to cross. He didn't, so I proceeded across the intersection. And the next thing I know, there's a Cadillac sitting off the front bumper of the plow truck. I have no idea where she came from. I did see her coming out of the, you know, when I did look to my left, but there was a four-way stop, so naturally I assumed that she was going to stop, the car was going to come to a stop. Well, it turns out she didn't. She didn't see the stop sign, and she came right through, and I hit her on the T-bone her on the passenger side of the car. She had a pretty well-built car, sturdy, you know, it was a 2009 Cadillac, you know, so I'd say pretty much all that happened was hooked up the front end of the truck to the car and took a bit of pulling to get us loose, but everyone walked away from the accident fine. After review with Mike and Jim Borash over the phone, I guess the only thing that probably come out of it on my end was that I could have done another look to the left. I only looked left and then I right, and then I proceeded across. Supposed to look left again, you know. So I would say that probably the end of the story here is that when you approach an intersections, you know, it's probably safe to just double check everything instead of doing left, you know, right and then left again. I mean, just scan all over, because you're going to have somebody, you know, that's not aware or not paying attention, going to come through those signs and cause an incident that happened Friday.
Can't assume that they're going to stop.
Right.
Right, so situation is four-way stop signs at each corner. Does anybody know what level intersection that is? Okay, thank you. So, anybody ever heard look left last? I've always stated it as left, right, left. Okay, so Dave is at his stop sign. Drive cam tells the entire story, miles per hour, everything. You guys know how drive cam works, everybody here. So as we watch this drive cam video over and over and over again, to look for good, bad, and indifferent in this drive cam video, it was clear that Dave did the proper thing, and he assumed that he had the right of way. In this case, he did. And he assumed that the other cars were going to stop and they were going to follow the rules of driving as well. So as Dave starts to pull out, before he pulls out, he looks left, and it's very clear that he looks left very well, and pauses and takes a good look left. As he looks right on the drive cam, it's also very clear, and I brought this up after watching it 3 or 4 times, that he all of a sudden, as he looked right, fixated on something. So I asked Dave what that was. And obviously it was a pedestrian, and he was assuming that that pedestrian was going to step off the sidewalk or the curb, because he trusted the car at the stop sign but did not trust the pedestrian. So in turn, there's really nothing wrong with that, because you're paying attention and you're assuming that human nature is for that person to be in a hurry or be rushing, you know, or frustrated or whatever, and step off that curb. So he's paying attention to that, and as he starts to pull into the intersection, just as he's going to look left again, the car is in the picture. It's right there. So the look left last. And you can never do that too many times, guys, right? So how many times when you're at a stop do you look left, right, left, or look left last?
I do quite a bit because I'm on the right side of the truck.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that's my blind spot over there, so I gotta really double check my mirrors and look 3-4 times on the left before I can go out there.
And what else did we identify, Dave, about the 4 states of mind? The 4 safety states on that little card that I had. Okay, so the rushing, the frustration,
Oh, yes,
the complacency, because what did you say on our, at first, guys, when Dave first came in the office, it was kind of tense, okay? I'll just set the stage if you don't mind.
okay.
Kind of tense, he figures, oh, I'm gonna come in here and something not good is gonna happen. Be in trouble or whatever. As we watch this video, Dave's attitude completely changed, and it was really wonderful to see. And it was a very pleasant surprise on how Dave reacted. After using the tools that we have and reviewing it, I was the one that requested a mindset call because I wanted to see where Dave's mindset was with the whole thing. Be it his fault or not be it his fault, I wanted to see where his mindset was. Because what is our SDO all about, guys?
Going home at night,
Okay.
making sure everybody else goes home at night.
So Dave began to identify the things that I had already seen without saying a word, and Jim had watched it too. We didn't say anything, and Dave started to identify these things. It just came to light. It almost looked like a flower blooming as he started to identify these things and go, wow, you know. And then we talked about, Dave stated at one point, he said it was 4:45, was hungry, wanted to get home, get some dinner in my belly. You know, I should have been more patient. I shouldn't have been rushing. I should have been paying attention right till the end. I was anxious to get back to the barn. I wanted to get home. So, and that you know, looking back, he then identified that when he went to, should have looked left last before actually proceeding into the intersection. And that was, by drive cam event, was extremely busy intersection at that time of day. I mean, there was a lot going on there. And Dave did watch the pedestrian, you know, and that's something that, you know, kudos to you for that and for handling it properly. There was a citation issue. The lady readily admitted that she ran through the stop sign and it was all her fault. Now, what I ask everybody is, you guys haven't seen the drive cam, and I'll be happy to share it with everybody if you stop in the office whenever you get a chance. But what else, what can we do all the time so that we can help prevent these incidents? Because everything's preventable, correct?
It's unexpected, unexpected.
Okay.
I mean, I've had people I'm waiting at an intersection, and I've had people coming, like yesterday, on Urban Avenue. I was coming off from Maple Ridge. I had a lady driving with her signal light on. She was supposed to turn to the right. I just sat there, well, she went right on by with the signal light on. You got unexpected things.
So
They're
from-
gonna turn.
I mean, it's not about me, but I always look left, right, left twice. I never do it less than twice. And if I feel that something else is going on, Mark, what am I gonna do?
Do 2 more times.
Exactly. So, what are we gonna do all the time? David, thank you very much for sharing. I appreciate that. It's never easy to do that, and it's never easy to admit the things that we can change and do better. There's always a do better. Appreciate that very much. That being said, Valley Village, California, on Thursday, June 8th at approximately 11:20 a.m. The WM front-end loader was involved in a collision with 2 vehicles. What we know at this time is that the WM truck collided with 2 vehicles in an intersection controlled by traffic signals. What level intersection is that? As in parentheses, level 4 intersection. Sadly, a male driver of one of the vehicles passed away. Our WM driver was seat belted and not injured. You know, legal and risk and local authorities are still investigating. And that's what we know at this time, that our driver was involved in a fatality and he was wearing a seatbelt, not injured. So, just wanted to share that with you guys. Kind of ironic, you know, that we were talking about this and it happened in our own camp. But you know, I'll update you guys on what becomes of this, I guess. Just don't know enough facts yet. So. But thanks, let's have a great and safe day.